Hey guys, I just wanted to make a really quick video today about CODA. They recently posted an article today. Japan's biggest gaming and anime companies fight back against OpenAI's Sora 2. I actually thought it was really interesting, and I do recommend reading the article itself because I think it's a good dive into the entire situation about Sora 2 and AI if you don't know about it, and specifically how this applies to the anime industry. Because as we know, animation and AI is becoming a looming threat, and it's only going to get better effectively, which sucks, but I did just want to bring this down, just bring attention to it, because I actually think it's really important to be updated about this, and just be aware that even though things look bad, it actually looks like companies, and a really big company here is actually starting to push back. So let's just get into that. So we have here, this is CODA. So CODA is the Content Overseas Distribution Association. They were founded in 2002. And they're an association that is in place to protect primarily Japanese content. So Japanese content ranging from like anime, movies, songs, video games, etc. Pretty much anything that is digital, CODA handles it. There are 36 major companies involved with CODA, and they handle their IPs. And these are like really big companies here. So we're talking like Bandai Namco, Shueisha, who publishes like all the big manga, like One Piece, MHA, things like that. So the really big IPs, Square Enix, Studio Ghibli, and even like Toei Animation. So these guys are handling a lot of the bulk of these IPs. So when it comes to AI effectively infringing on their copyright, it's really great that this company specifically is stepping up to talk about it, because a lot of the IPs that they handle are effectively being copied by AI. It's not a matter of like, oh, they're closely resembling it or they're borrowing the IPs. They are copying it. We know that. You can hop on Sora 2 right now and just look at the works that they're being produced. They are stolen works. So when they see Sora 2 and they see the work that they're doing, they actually wrote a formal statement to OpenAI, which I'm going to talk about. It's a very brief statement, but it's very important, and I think it covers a lot of the main points that people have had regarding AI, and it's presenting some resolutions that people really want out of the big companies, and I think CODA is a great step forward to this. So I'm just going to read this. I'm going to read this article now. So CODA has confirmed that a large portion of content produced by Sora 2 closely resembles Japanese content or images. CODA has determined that this is the result of using Japanese content as machine learning data. In cases, as with Sora 2, where specific copyrighted works are reproduced or similarly generated as outputs, CODA considers that the act of replication during the machine learning process may constitute copyright infringement. Okay, so this next point is really interesting, and I actually think it's a very strange thing for Sora 2 to say, but let's just get into it. Furthermore, according to media reports, it has been stated that Sora 2 responds through an opt-out system based on requests from copyright holders. However, under Japan's copyright system, prior permission is generally required for the use of copyrighted works, and there is no system allowing one to avoid liability for infringement through subsequent objections. Now that is a mouthful, but effectively Sora 2 just said a bold-faced lie and claimed that there was an opt-out system based on requests. And despite the fact that there is apparently an opt-out system, it's clearly not working, or it doesn't exist, because the companies are still saying, no, we don't want AI, but they're using the work anyway. So I don't really know why Sora 2 would just come out and say that. If there really was an opt-out system, I feel like we would know more about it. They'd be a bit more open. But yeah, and if there was an opt-out system, we wouldn't need CODA to come out and say, hey, stop this. Okay, now this next point is the big stuff. This is the stuff that CODA is actually demanding or requesting that OpenAI, Sora 2, whatever, actually does. This is like what could change. The requests submitted by CODA at this time are as follows. In the operation of Sora 2, CODA requests that its members' content is not used for machine learning without their permission, and OpenAI responds sincerely to claims and inquiries from CODA members' companies regarding copyright infringement related to Sora 2's outputs. Again, a bit of a wordful, so I'm just going to break that down. So effectively it's saying, secondly, AI needs to make out a statement and say, hey, this is what's going on, we're going to be open about it, we're going to be actually telling you what we're doing with these works, but more importantly, they don't want Sora 2 to be using its content without their permission. So effectively what this is saying is that CODA is requesting that Sora 2 just like pulls out all of their machine learning related to the IPs and the content created by its 36 companies. So like any anime, any music, any movies or songs that is under their jurisdiction has to be removed from their machine learning, which is great, because if you removed the anime machine learning stuff from Sora 2, it would effectively cripple AI-generated anime-related imagery. I think that anime, specifically, in terms of AI-generated stuff, has become one of the biggest things that has been AI-generated. We saw the Studio Ghibli trend where people were taking photos or generating photos of themselves and then turning them into Studio Ghibli style images, and people made so many of them that the AI generated images were feeding back into themselves for training data, and now we have that piss yellow tint on basically everything, which you can see if you go on Sora 2 now and just scroll some of the images. You can still see those like yellow images. And finally, just one more statement they said here. So CODA, in cooperation with its members companies, request that OpenAI respond sincerely, such that both the healthy development of AI technology and the protection of rights holders and creators are ensured. This is what people have been saying for so long, and it's so refreshing to hear an actual company echo the statements of the public. Copyright holders need to be aware of what is taken away from them. AI needs to take a step back and sort of hold off for a bit. I think CODA issuing out this statement is super, super important. I would recommend reading this for yourself, make your own interpretation. Don't just take headlines off of Twitter. Please actually read these articles, because it's super important that we are as informed as possible about AI specifically, because if AI keeps evolving faster and faster and we are left behind on what is happening, then only AI is going to continue to evolve and we're not going to be able to stop it. So that's just kind of what I wanted to bring up. Keeping loud, make sure your voices are heard. If we keep pushing back, then things like this can happen, you know? So yeah. Thanks, guys. Just wanted to give a brief video about that, and have a good one. See ya.